Yo, what's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video, and in this video, I want to talk about what is arguably the hottest topic in the PC gaming world, and that is the impending release of the GTX 1060, and whether or not it'll dethrone what is currently the king in the mid-range GPU category, the RX 480. When the RX 480 was announced, everyone, myself included, were super stoked. The thought of a great 1080p PC gaming experience out of just a $200 video card was compelling to say the least. The RX 480 launched with a few issues, mainly with older motherboards, but for the most part, I'd say most were pretty happy with its performance and what it brought to the table for such a low price. AMD released that GPU in reasonable quantities, and even then it sold out very quickly, so you can tell that it was a hot item, at least at launch. Offering GTX 970 level performance for 2/3 of the price is pretty good, and essentially the GPU has opened up high quality 1080p gaming for even the lower end PCs. Now if you have a $600 budget, you can do pretty well for yourself. In the past, yeah, you could build a $600 PC, but there would be clear limitations. Don't get me wrong, there still are limitations when building a budget PC, but it's obviously far less than what it was in the past. So the video card was red hot for a little bit, and then came the announcement of the GTX 1060, a $250 6GB GPU, which is slated to be as fast, if not a bit faster than the GTX 980, which for that price, that sounds pretty tempting for a lot of you guys. Obviously, I've mentioned this several times in other videos, but I think it's crucial whenever you're talking about the 1060, and that is the $250 price tag Nvidia has labeled on that GPU. That is MSRP. If you look back at the GTX 1070, that was set for an MSRP of $379. You're not getting a GTX 1070 for that price. It's just not gonna happen. At best, you're paying $400, if not a little bit more in most cases. To give you guys an estimate, I paid about $440 for my MSI GTX 1070. So while Nvidia is promoting the 1060 at $250, it's not a bad idea at this point to actually consider it more of a $270 to $280 GPU, which still, at that price, to get 980 performance, that's a sick deal. But that brings me to my next point. Ask yourself this: if the 1060 is a $270 video card, is it really a primary competitor to the RX 480, which you can find for $200? Now, I know what some of you might say is that mush, the 1060 is a 6GB video card, and the RX 480s that are $200 are only 4GB, and the 8GB 480s are $250, so why don't you compare the 8GB 480 to the 6GB 1060? Well, I think the majority of people that are looking to buy a mid-range video card are going to be gaming at 1080p, and at that resolution, it's not going to be essential for you to have 8GB over 4GB out of your video card. In my opinion, the 4GB RX 480 is what's attractive. The 8GB, it's whatever. I'm sure there's a market out for those that want it, but it seems to be that most are looking at the 4GB model. So you're looking at a $200 video card versus what could be a $270 GPU. And obviously the $270 GPU will smack the $200 video card, but that's not a big deal. There's a portion of you out there that don't want to spend over $200 on a GPU, and for those of you, the RX 480 might be a great option. Now, I also have to say, while mentioning all of this, that while I do consider the RX 480 a $200 GPU at the moment, they are sold out everywhere, so it's very possible that their prices could get jacked up as soon as they come back in stock and some of the board partners get their cards out as well. So what is the underlying theme behind all of this? There's a lot of unanswered questions right now, and blindly just saying that the RX 480 is dead, that just makes you look uninformed. Could the 1060 kill the 480? Sure, it's possible if Nvidia gets aggressive with their pricing, and their marketing has always been top notch. I think there will be a market for both video cards, because with the information that is available to me right now, and with the trajectory of the GPU market and how it's looking, the two cards are probably going to be in different pricing tiers. Sure, they will compete with each other, but competition doesn't mean that one card is going to get killed and the other is going to boom. That's one possible outcome, but that's not the only one. And at the end of the day, the fanboy wars in terms of GPUs is absolutely stupid. I might be coming across pro AMD in this video, and I'm sure someone will call me an AMD drone in the comments, but I only run Nvidia GPUs in my main rig when I game. I care about myself. I don't care about the corporations who at the end of the day just want to make money off of me. That is their end goal after all, and a lot of these fanboys just come across as sheep being manipulated by these companies. I appreciate what Nvidia and AMD do for our PCs, but it ends there. I don't get attached to one over the other. All I care about is the quality of their product and how it lines up with what I want from my PC and what they are charging for said product. And for any PC gamer, unless you work for Nvidia or AMD or a partnering company, that's all you should really care about. So that's gonna wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed, you can hit the like button. If you didn't, you can dislike. If you have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comment section down below, and leave your thoughts on all of this in the comments. I really want to hear your guys' opinion on the 1060 versus the RX 480. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.